subtracted the fecal dry matter through metabolic losses, क्योंकि वो metabolic losses जो है feed से नहीं है, they are of the body origin. So we have to subtract that endogenous losses, metabolic losses from the fecal dry matter. अब इसको जब हमने करके 9.6 से डिवाइड किया तो our digestibility coefficient of the dry matter comes out to be 61.4%. ठीक है, ये दोनों ही डाइजेस्टिबिलिटी कोफिशिएंट 58.3 61.4 दोनों ही जो है वो उसी ग्राफ से की, सिर्फ जो 61.4 है वो हमारा ट्रू डाइजेस्टिबिलिटी कोफिशिएंट है. ट्रू इसीलिए क्योंकि इट इज ऑफ एक्चुअल है, इसमें हमारे मेटाबॉलिक लॉसेस या एंडोजीनस लॉसेस को हमने इंक्लूड नहीं करके हमने सिर्फ हे के ड्राई मैटर को इंक्लूड किया. बट जो 58.3% है इसमें हमारे मेटाबॉलिक लॉसेस इंक्लूडेड है. So that is why that is the apparent digestibility coefficient and this 61.4% is the true digestibility coefficient. अब यहाँ पर ये है कि in terms of the digestibility coefficient, the true value is always higher than that of the apparent one. Usually हम कहीं कोई भी एग्जांपल देखते हैं उसमें हमको apparent value हमेशा बड़ी मिलती है, true value हमेशा कम मिलती है. But in case of a digestibility coefficient, true value is higher and apparent value is smaller. ये एग्जाम का हर एक एग्जाम का क्वेश्चन रहता ही रहता है. True digestibility coefficient is higher than that of the apparent one. True or false? या फिर digestibility coefficient is higher. True, apparent, both, none. तो इस तरीके से मल्टीपल चॉइस या आपको कहीं पर भी ये क्वेश्चन आपको जरूर मिलेगा. Now the digestibility coefficient are estimated for all the organic nutrients. Yes, all the organic nutrients मतलब it is protein, ether, fiber, NFE, सभी ऑर्गेनिक न्यूट्रिएंट्स को हम और ड्राई मैटर सभी ऑर्गेनिक न्यूट्रिएंट का हम डाइजेस्टिबिलिटी कोफिशिएंट कैलकुलेट करते हैं, बट नॉट फॉर द इनऑर्गेनिक न्यूट्रिएंट, दैट इज एश. एश इज अ इनऑर्गेनिक न्यूट्रिएंट. वी डजंट कैलकुलेट डाइजेस्टिबिलिटी ऑफ एश. इसलिए नहीं करते हैं क्योंकि जो मिनरल्स हैं दे आर नॉट कंट्रीब्यूटिंग टू द एनर्जी. एनर्जी मींस उनका मेटाबॉलिज्म नहीं होता, उनका ब्रेकडाउन नहीं होता है. दे आर absorbed in as such form. जो भी minerals हैं, either they are from the feed or from any other sources, they are absorbed in as such form. That's why they are not contributing to the energy. दूसरा, most of the absorbed minerals are excreted through the gut. So we can't differentiate in between the mineral from the feed or mineral from the body. So we can't differentiate. So that is why the digestibility of ash is never estimated. Actual mineral availability can be determined by using isotopes. जो labeled minerals होते हैं उनसे हम इसकी digestibility calculate कर सकते हैं, because we can differentiate in between the minerals from the gut or in between mineral from the feed अगर वो labeled होंगे तो isotope. Now the methods of determining digestibility, there are three methods: in vivo method, in seco method or semi in vivo, and in vitro method. These are the three methods how we can calculate the digestibility. In the in vivo method, there are two. Again, there is a division, that is the direct method and the indirect method. In the indirect method, there are further classification is there by the difference method, by the indicator method. So basically there are three methods: in vivo, semi in vivo, in vitro. In vivo is having, in vivo means inside the animal, within animal. So in vivo is having direct method, indirect method, and in the indirect method it is by difference or by indicator or marker. So there is the classification of the digestibility coefficient. Now if we start with the in vivo method, so in vivo or the method is having a direct method and the indirect method. So starting with the direct method is having is basically a trial based. And there are two types of trials there, that is the digestion trial and metabolic trial. In the digestion trial, it involves the record of the nutrient consumed and nutrient voided in feces. We are only concerning with the digestibility. When we are going for the digestion trial, we can only calculate the digestibility. If we are going for the metabolic trial, we have to calculate. In the metabolic trial, we can also calculate the digestibility in terms of the metabolic nutrients. जो जिन nutrients का metabolism हो गया है, we are also concerned with that metabolism. So, a digestion trial involves a record of the nutrient consumed and of the nutrients voided in feces. So, यहाँ पर हमको सिर्फ डाइजेशन ट्रायल में दो ही चीज देखनी पड़ेगी, हाउ मच nutrient intake is there and how much nutrient outgo is there through feces, only through feces. In a metabolic trial is conducted to calculate the balance of nutrients retained in the body, which requires quantitative collection of urine and milk beside the feces. So in the metabolic trial, we have to also calculate the nutrient intake as well as the nutrient outgo through feces, through urine and through the milk, because the excretion of nutrients is also through the milk. So the samples are collected of through feces also, fecal samples also, urine samples also, and the milk samples also. And beside all these, we have to also keep a record of the total feces voided, total urine voided, and total excretion of the milk of 24 hours.